Hi and welcome back. My name's Rahul. I'm a translator, and in these videos for the Stephen Spender Trust, I'm talking you through some skills and activities that will help you to translate your own poem and enter into the Stephen Spender Poetry Translation Prize for 2020. So far, we have translated the title of a poem by Antonio Machado. We have done a rough draft translation of the first stanza, and we've used a thesaurus to get some better words to make our translation higher quality. Now we have to try and make our poem sound more like a poem, and one of the ways we can do that is by changing the rhythm so it matches the rhythm more of the original. Rhythm is really important to poetry. Now, what is rhythm? Now, I looked up the word rhythm and I found the following definition: a strong pattern of sounds, words, or musical notes used in music, poetry, and dancing. I also found the word meter, which is the rhythm of a poem, basically. Now, one way of measuring rhythm and meter is by counting the syllables. And a syllable is a single unit of speech, either a whole word or one of the parts into which a word can be separated, and it usually contains a vowel. For example, the word of has one syllable, and the word separated has four syllables. Let's try one more word to make sure you understand what a syllable is. How many syllables are there in the word syllable? Have you got it? The answer is 3. Syllable. Right, so now we need to figure out what the meter of our original Spanish poem is. And the way to do that is by reading it out loud. And I can't stress how important that is. Reading it out loud will not only help you get the rhythm and the rhyme scheme, but also help you hear other things like onomatopoeia and alliteration. So let's go. Let's count the syllables in our poem as quickly as we can. Ready? Go. Pegasos, lindos Pegasos, caballitos de madera. Yo conocí siendo niño la alegría de dar vueltas sobre un corcel colorado en una noche de fiesta. So it's 8 syllables in every line, okay? Now, what about the beats? I did mention beats, and a beat is the amount of times you stress, where you emphasize a word or a syllable in a poem. And let's read it again to hear the beats. So, Pegasos, lindos Pegasos, caballitos de madera. So that's the 4 stresses there, okay? So it's 4 beats and 8 syllables in each line. Now let's look at our rough translation, and I want you to do this for me. So we'll look at the first line together. Flying horses, lovely flying horses. That's 10 syllables. Now I want you in 30 seconds to see if you can count all the other lines, and I'll read them out to help. Okay, go. Little wooden steeds, I knew as a child the joy of spinning round upon a red mount on a night of celebration. Okay, so have another 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, let's see if you've got the same as me. So we've got 10, 5, 5, 6, 5, 8. So as you can see, it doesn't have a proper rhythm at all. It's all over the place. The shortest lines are 5, and the longest lines are double that. Okay, and it just doesn't sound very rhythmical. So what I did was I decided I was going to make it match the rhythm of the original poem and change each line to 8 syllables. And to do that, I sometimes had to take words away and sometimes I had to add words. So let's look at what I did. So on the first line, horses is too long, so I looked up the word horse in a thesaurus and I found the word steed, which brought it down by 2 syllables. Oh and made I added to the second line. The third line I added when I was. The fourth line I added another and round, so it used to be just round and now it's round and round. Here I added sitting and coloured, and the last line was perfect. So there we go. Now here it is compared to my original rough draft, and see how much better it sounds. Flying steeds, lovely flying steeds, oh little horses made of wood. When I was just a child I knew the joy of spinning round and round, sitting on a red-coloured mount on a night of celebration. Okay, it sounds a lot better, doesn't it? It's much more rhythmical, much more poetic sounding. Now, you don't have to translate it into the exact same rhythm, okay? So I did another experiment using something called common meter. Now, common meter is a very common rhythm used in English language songs and poems. And it's when you have lines of 4 beats or 8 syllables alternating with lines of 3 beats or 6 syllables. So it sounds like this. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. Okay? So here's my 8 syllable version, and here's my common meter version. See if you like the sound of this. Flying steeds, lovely flying steeds, little wooden horses. As a young child I knew the joys of spinning round and round upon a mount all painted red on a festival night. Okay? So I had to cut out loads of the words from the second, fourth, and sixth line. I still think it sounds good, although I think I prefer the 8 syllable version. Right, so translating rhythm. How should we do it? First of all, you have to do it. You have to make the poem have a similar rhythm or some kind of strong rhythm if it has a strong rhythm in the original language. This can mean repeating the exact number of syllables or nearly the exact number, or it could mean using another rhythm that sounds better in English. But make sure you read the original poem and your translation out loud. It's really important and will help you make it as good as it can possibly be. See you in the next video.